Okay, we're gonna let the good times roll tonight. I tell you that. We got some excellent entertainment for you, and we're gonna have a good time. I can sense it. I feel it in my bones, and I feel everything in my bones at this age. It's just hard to decipher what I'm feeling. Welcome everybody. I want to thank you for this. You know, we're experiencing some kind of heat wave, which is unbearable. I never seen anything like this, and but for you guys to come out and maybe it's the air conditioning. You heard we have air conditioning here. Is that what it is? You know? Yeah, right. I'm sure you want to stay home as much. But you got the pool in the backyard. Some of you. That's great. Hey, anyway, I want to say once again, thank you so much. I always appreciate the fact that not only do we have almost like a family out there, there's always just the same faces that I see, and every once in a while we see some new faces here and there, and we like to incorporate them into the Let the Good Times Roll family. But welcome aboard, everybody. We love to have you here. So, give yourselves a hand. Absolutely, absolutely. We now are expanded out there. We're out there on YouTube now. We're streaming all over the world. If you have any relatives in Trakistan or Wakistan or some kind of stand or any place there's places I never even heard of that I see now on the list of places that they could see our show. So, but if you do have any relatives, even in Italy, if you have relatives in Italy or Ireland or wherever, I don't want to start mentioning ethnic groups because I'm going to miss somebody, and then they're going to say, well, how about us, but anyway, tell them to watch the show. We're not going to be dancing tonight because of the room and the show, the way we had to set it up, but they may see you dancing up here one time, and it's a good way to stay in touch with, Aunt Tessie or somebody, in Italy, So anyway, anybody out there have any pet peeves? I'd like to get that out of the way. I know that everybody's complaining about this and about that, but you do it amongst your friends, you do it home. I want to do it here on TV. If you have a pet peeve, bring it up. We'll talk about it. Believe me, nobody's going to do anything about it. They're not going to fix it, but at least I feel like we're doing something, Anybody at all got a pet peeve, anything? I mean,
I miss America.
What's that?
America.
What happened to America? There's a pet peeve. Yeah. Well, let's hope that things change and we can get back to some kind of normalcy because right now things are really, really hectic. And I think the other day I've been having this problem where I actually fell down and I'm walking around a little wobbly and everything. And hopefully it's a temporary thing, but I can't drive, so I've been Ubering. And I live in Princess Bay, and I only went to South Avenue this morning to a doctor. It was $40 to go and $40 to come back. Uber. I went for a little over $2,000 in Ubers in the last five or 6 weeks. I could have bought a car, and I could have hired a driver.
I'll drive you for 25.
25. There we go. But that's one of my peeves. I think the prices of everything is ridiculous. You can't do anything. You can't get a hamburger at McDonald's. You better go with a $50 bill if you want fries. There's really nothing anymore. Everything is blown out of proportion. I don't know how quick it's going to come down. It's going to be slow, and I don't know if I'm going to be around long enough to see it come down to where it used to be. Gas prices are up. Summer's coming. I'm sure they're going to jack those up and take advantage of us poor suckers out there. It's a terrible situation, and I could go on and on. I could spend an hour here just with my peeves alone. Now, I always I was talking about the TV, the cameras, the speed cameras. Every 15 minutes, there's another speed camera out here, But now they're talking about speed bumps. So now they want to put speed bumps with speed cameras, I mean, what's next? A sniper in a tree? There's like nothing left. It's really getting out of hand. So I like to air those things because I don't want to feel like I'm the only one complaining. But Jimmy, you got the answer to that, Jim? Jimmy, you got that answer? Jimmy? Do you understand that? Do you understand that one? What do you think? What do you think, Jim?
I think our biggest problem is the great president we got.
I don't want to get into politics.
Talk about him.
No, we don't want politics.
I've got plenty to say about him.
No, we're not getting into politics.
He started.
All right. Anyway, I knew I was asking for trouble when I asked Jimmy. I said, Jimmy, there anything you?
I think we ought to talk about it.
That's all right. That's all right. I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you when we're off the air, Jim. All right. Where's? I love her face. I love her face. She's looking all over the place. Oh, Maron, he's starting already now. Anyway, but hey, why don't we get into the next? Nobody wants to air their laundry out here. I understand. Okay, keep your peeves to yourself. I'll just make a fool out of myself every once in a while. So anyway, how about the area, the local area where we have shows going on, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of interest in some of the concerts that are happening in the immediate area. I say immediate area. Let's say tri-state area. So we'll be able to do that, and then we can. Well, let's go. I'm sorry. I wasn't sure if there was somebody else who had another question back there, but let's bring the first person up. Anybody. Wait. Let's go. Linda. Beautiful. Linda's always got. She's always got something cooking. Linda, you got to call me when you dress so we know what we're doing. So we don't dress alike here.
Thank you, Vito. Thank you so much for always giving me the opportunity to speak about my events and everything. Louder?
Yeah, just.
Is this on?
Hey,
Okay. Anyway, I just want to say, Ed Gordio did a show in Maeda's in Englishtown, which was sold out, and we're going to have a repeat performance. And I have to get a date, but he was great. He is a wonderful person, entertainer. It was just a wonderful event, a wonderful evening. On July 7th, I have Robbie Schumacher at what do you call it, Frankie Feds in Freehold. And you can't hear me?
Who's talking? Who's talking out there? Yeah, just gotta put it up.
Can you hear me back there? Okay, so Robbie Schumacher is, like I said, he is July 7th. On the 13th, I have Just Friends at Reggiano's. Reggiano's in Staten Island on Highland Boulevard. And then the 20th, back at my Ada's, is Dennis Dell, and it's his first premiere appearance there, so I'm looking forward to that. There's lots of other things going on. You can look at my Facebook page. It's Linda Corazzo, C-O-R.
I got it. Can you hear this mic?
Is easy listening.
Can you hear this mic? Texting. Okay.
Important thing that I do is my Tunnel to Towers benefit, which Vito has graciously accepted. Start over? Okay. Hello? Can you hear me now? So I'm going to start over because seems like there was a problem with the sound. On July 7th, I have Robbie Schumacher at Frankie Feds in Freehold. And then, on the 13th of July is Just Friends at Reggiano's in Highland Boulevard in Staten Island. On the 20th is Dennis Dell in Maeda's in Englishtown, New Jersey. And it's his premiere performance, so I'm looking forward to that. But the most special thing that I really do, and it's my third year doing it, is a Tunnel to Towers benefit. And Vito has graciously accepted to be my master of ceremonies. And I'm just really thrilled about it. Jimmy Faluca's group, the New Expressions is going to be there. Just Friends is performing. Robbie Schumacher's performing. I have so many people. Vinnie Palomini is going to be there performing. I have so many people that have extended themselves. I have a speaker that was there, Jack Ohm, that was there last year from Tunnel to Towers. He'll be back. And I just appreciate everybody's support for that because it's a beautiful thing that that foundation does to help people that have served us so well and have been forgotten. So anyway, thank you so much. And Vito, again, thank you so much for everything you do. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else out there would like to mention something that's going on in the neighborhood? Hey, Jim. All right, perfect. There we go.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. I just like to, I'm going to make this short. The Colonnade, July the 27th. The Accords, the New Expressions, my group, Lena Fiscotti, and Vinny Palomini emceeing that show. That's July the 27th. Great show. And I just want to say one other thing very quickly. I'm so honored these two gentlemen that are sitting in the back here, Chris and Jimmy, have invited myself and Vito to be in a movie, City on the Edge. It should be coming out in October sometime. So I'm going to be very happy if you guys come to that movie, because Vito and I are building the shelves for our award, you know? So keep an eye out for that there. City on the Edge. Thank you, Vito, for letting me do this. My mother would have killed you if she didn't do that.
Let's keep it down in the audience, please. Let's have a little respect out there, please.
Hey, Vito, thank you for letting me speak.
All
First
right,
of all, Vito,
Carl.
I feel bad for all your Uber prices. You ever need anybody to bring anywhere, I'll charge you half price. I'll bring you anywhere you want.
All right.
Hi, everybody. I'm doing another show at Lobster House Joe's. This one's going to be a show under the stars. Outside, there are awnings. I'm going to be with Ed Gaudio again. You close your eyes and you think you're listening to Johnny Maestro. He's really that good. He actually, Linda just mentioned that he did Maeda's recently. He's phenomenal. So it's June 28th, 6:30 to 9:30 at night. It's right out in the parking lot. There's awnings. Please call the restaurant for reservations if you want to come. It's going to be a lot of fun. No fee. Whatever you eat or you drink, you pay for. Just come out and have a good time. All right, thank you. Thank you, Vito.
Okay, Carl. Anybody else out there? We have, where's Joe? Oh, we go? Oh, all right. All right. You doing good, Mike? How are you, buddy?
Good evening, everybody.
Let's listen to
All
Mike.
right, I got two shows coming up in November. First one is November 2nd. Anybody in the vicinity of beautiful downtown Schenectady at the Proctor Theater, we got a good show there. Blues House Rockers will open up. Gary Lewis and the Playboys, the Grassroots, and Herman's Hermits with Peter Noon, of course. And then Saturday on November 16th at the State Theater in New Brunswick, New Jersey, opening up that show will be Vinny Medugno. Then we have the Do-Wop Project. We have Bob Miranda and the Happenings. And again, Herman's Hermits starring Peter Noon. Tickets on sale at that box office, 732-246-7469. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Hey, Mike. Thanks, buddy. Mike, can I buy the microphone? Can we buy that microphone back? There we go. Audience, please, keep it down out in the audience. Okay, Joe. Doing, kid? Beautiful.
Thank you for having us.
That's quite all right.
Well, first of all, we had a great show Saturday night at Reggie Yang on Harlem Boulevard. We had Soledo and the Saxman, a complete packed house. They blew the house apart. Also, my first show is July 12th at Villa Patitissimo with John Superletti and The Reaction. It's going to be a great show. Hope everybody could come down. Also, we have a show on September 28th at All Saints on Victory Boulevard. Tommy Lynn doing Mayor Diamond. Chandler doing Tina Turner. Richie Santed as Elvis. Also on October 26th in Howard Beach, Our Lady of Grace. We got the Tissells, John Superletti, Dennis Dell, and Richie Santed. On November 30th at the American Legion in Carteret, New Jersey, we had Ed Gaudio doing John and My Show, John Superletti and The Reaction, Richie Santos, and on December 14th, on my Toys for Tots at All Saints, we got Bob Coolett, we got the Fireflies, and we got Tommy Lynn. Thank you. Vito, thanks for having us, Vito.
Hey, kid. Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. You know, it's very difficult out there. I meant, even if you're whispering out there, there's so many microphones out there that even though you're whispering to the person next to you, it's actually coming out pretty loud. So, you know, somebody's trying to do something up here. It's just a little more respect out there. It's very difficult. I know you don't understand that you're being picked up, but you are being picked up out there. So if you can keep that in mind when somebody's out here talking, just give them the microphone, give them the floor. We have anybody else out there? Is that it? We covered everything. I think it's quite a bit of the entertainment going to be in the area anyway. So, you know, you guys got to support that. If you support those kind of shows, we'll be around a long, long time. And as you know, we've been doing this show for 30 some odd years. So, and we could never do it if you guys were not interested in the music and following it as much as you do. Not only here, but also when you go to your local restaurants, if there's a show there, or if you go to a club, or if you go to watch a concert somewhere, those things are all important. Those keep that music. I hate to use the expression "keep it alive," because it's you know, it's beat to death. But that's exactly what it is. We keep this music alive. Yeah, Jimmy.
Let us know when you're doing the thing down the beach.
Oh, that's been locked in. We're going to be at the borough president's. Matter of fact, I'm supposed to do a press conference tomorrow, but I had previous engagements, so I was just saying about that whispering out there, please. The thing is that the problem is that I couldn't be there, so I might use this as a platform. August 17th, we're going to be doing the concert at the beach where we always had it, right along Capodanno Boulevard, right off Seaview. And this year will be, of course, we're going to have the Expressions back again, and there'll also be Richie Santa, who's in the audience. Richie has done our show many times as you know, as the Elvis tribute. Probably, in my opinion, one of the best around. And the thing is that also we've got something new. We've got Peter Barron, and also a friend of mine that he's going to do a Peter Frampton tribute. So we have 4 acts this time: the Peter Tribute Act, the Peter Frampton Tribute Act, the Expressions, Richie Santa, and of course the Elegants. So August 17th, it'll be 6 or 6:30. It'll be posted very soon. We're just trying to work out the schedule so we can get everybody in, and we'll get that rolling in plenty of time. I don't want to belabor it. Okay, thank you. All right, and thank the borough president, because obviously Vito Picone has been a keystone to letting this happen. So anyway, let's bring the entertainment up, ladies and gentlemen, because I really would like to, at this point, turn it over to them and let you enjoy yourself. You're going to love them. I'll tell you how long we know each other, and I'll give you that history when we're sitting up here. But right now, give a big round of applause. Where are they? Kid, where is he? Kid Kyle and his Harmony Masters. Let's hear it.
How's everybody doing tonight? You guys ready to have a good time? We're gonna clap those hands, we're gonna get up, we're gonna dance a little bit. There was no dancers tonight, so Vito said I gotta get everybody up to dance to replace it. Is that all right? We're gonna do a song now that's done by my late great friend, who we miss very much, Mr. Bobby Hendricks, and it's called Drip Drop. Well, the roof is leaking and the rain's falling on my head.
Drip, drip, drippity drop.
You know the roof is leaking and the rain's falling on my head.
Drip, drip, drippity drop.
I could ride so hard, teardrops on my bed.
Drip, drip, drippity drop.
Yeah, she packed up her clothes and she moved out on the midnight train.
Drip, drip, drippity drop.
You know she packed up her clothes and she moved out on the midnight train.
Drip, drip, drippity drop.
You know this empty room is driving me insane.
Drip, drip, drippity drop.
Yeah, I'm sitting here drinking, thinking what I'm gonna do.
Drip, drip, drippity drop.
You know I'm sitting here drinking, thinking what I'm gonna do.
Drip, drip, drippity drop.
You know the roof is leaking and the rain is pouring through.
Drip, drip, drippity drop.
Well, I ran into my buddy, he gave me a tip. You said your woman's gone and left to settle. You know, just mind your own affairs and bite your lip. I don't need need you to tell me she gave me the slip, 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 because the roof is leaking. Rain's falling on my head.
Drip, drip, drippity drop.
I could rock so hard, teardrops on my bed.
Drip, drip, drippity drop.
Whoa,
Drip, drip,
whoa,
drippity drop.
whoa,
Drip, drip,
whoa.
drippity drop. Drip, drip, drippity drop.
Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's so great to be back here. It's been a really long time, and I know we're going to get back into that in a little bit after we're done singing. So we're going to go right into the next song for you guys. And it's a song I know you all know, so I want you guys to sing along. I want you to wave your hands. I want you to remember where you were when you first heard this song all those years ago, because this is one of the songs, just like Vito's, that started the music we all love. And it goes like this. Earth angel, will you be mine? My darling dear, love you all the time. I'm just a fool in love with you. Earth angel, the one I adore, love you forever and evermore. I'm just a fool in love with you. I fell for you, and I knew the vision of your love, loveliness. I hope and I pray, oh, that someday that I'll be the vision of your happiness. Oh, oh, earth angel, will you be mine? My darling dear, loving you all the time. I'm just a fool in love with you. Dickie Harmon.
I fell for you, and I knew the vision of your loveliness. I hope and pray that someday that I'll be the vision of your happiness.
Earth angel, will you be mine? My darling dear, loving you all the time. I'm just a fool in love. Can I get some help here? We all know it. If you don't, it goes with you, okay? Here we go. With nice. Thank you very much. You guys sound good. You guys sound real good. I'm going to pass the mic now on over to Mr. Bassman himself, Mr. Bill Prawn. And we're going to do a song I know you all know. So let's clap and let's get it going here. 60-Minute Man.
All you girls out there.
Minute Man.
Listen here, girls, we're telling you now. They call me Lovin' Dan. I'll rock 'em, roll 'em all night long. I'm a 60-minute man. And if you don't believe I'm all I say, come up and take my hand. When you let it go, you cry, oh yeah, he's a 60-minute man. There'll be 15 minutes of kissing, then you holler, please don't stop. Don't stop. There'll be 50 minutes of teasing, 50 minutes of teasing, 50 minutes of blowing my top, 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 top. And if your old man ain't treating you right, come up and see old Dan. I'll rock 'em, roll 'em all night long. I'm a 60-minute man. 60-minute man, they call me Lovin' Dan. I'll rock 'em, roll 'em all night long. I'm a 60-minute man. 60-minute man, they call me Lovin' Dan. I'll rock 'em, roll 'em all night long. I'm a 60-minute man. There'll be 15 minutes of kissing, then you holler, please don't stop. Don't stop. There'll be 50 minutes of teasing, 50 minutes of squeezing, 50 minutes of blowing my top, 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 top. And if your old man ain't treating you right, come up and see old Dan. I'll rock 'em, roll 'em all night long. I'm a 60-minute man. Oh yeah, I'm a 60-minute. Rock 'em, roll 'em all night long. I'm a 60-minute man. Thank you. That was for all you women out there.
Mr. Bill Prawn.
Can you still do 60 minutes?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I used to.
All right, well, it's going to come to that point now where it's the last song of our set, and it's a song that's come to be our signature song to close with for, man, I don't even remember how long now. But it used to be I'm So Young, and once we did the PBS special with this song, it kind of turned into this, and we performed it all over the world, and it's called The Diary. Thank you, guys. We love you. Vito, thank you for having us. And we'll be back again, I hope.
All right, let's hear it. Come on.
Thank you, guys. Thank
Yeah?
you very much. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, grab a seat.
Let's have a seat.
Now we get into the real fun part. Now that was the good part. Now we get into
Now
the
we get to
fun
the
part. All right.
To the bad part. Yeah.
Yeah. We got an extra chair there somewhere.
Right here?
Oh, I was going to say, Warren, what happened to Warren?
Dickie, you're supposed to be over here. Yeah. Warren, you're right there.
Musical chair.
Here we go.
I thought it was traffic. Maybe you took a
Yeah.
little.
That's all right.
Yeah,
It
right.
takes me a while to get to my spot.
We're new to this, man.
Yeah, oh, yeah. How about it? Give him another round of applause. Come on. Come on, Staten Island applause here.
How about Hal Kitchener, too? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, and for Hal, too.
We
man.
got Hal. We got Hal.
Hal came in the clutch today.
We're going to ask you a few questions. We'll get you in the mix, too, Hal. You're not going to get away with this. It's that easy. You know, Al was just here not too long ago, right? With Crystal. You were here with Crystal
That's
Spivey.
right, it's my fault.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
He was filling in for me.
Oh, God, that's right.
I had
that's
COVID,
right.
yeah.
You had COVID, yeah.
I had COVID.
Matter of fact, switch seats with me here.
That's all right. That's okay.
Anyway, everything okay now?
Everything's good, man. Everything is, I can't complain.
You know, before we get into any of the details, and I got a lot of questions I want to ask you guys, too. Why don't we introduce ourselves? We'll start with Dickie over on the left-hand side here.
I'm Dickie Harmon.
Talk into the mic here, right on your chest.
I'm Dickie Harmon.
Well, you're not an FBI agent, jeez.
Yeah, damn.
He's like a Secret Service guy. All right, he's just coming in the room now. He's just walking. Okay,
That's it.
obviously.
I'm Kyle, and yeah, Kid Kyle, whatever you want to call me is good for me.
Warren Cesaro, at your service.
Man of many talents. Bill Prawn.
Where you guys from? As a matter of fact,
I'm from Parsippany, New Jersey.
always.
Oh, no, from Jersey City.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
I grew up with the Duprees.
Okay.
There you go.
Right. And Warren?
I'm living in Staten Island. Is it living in or living on?
Oh, you're living
Staten Island?
on. If you're living in, you belong in the cemetery.
I'm on Staten Island.
Okay.
Dongan Hills.
All right.
Yep.
There you
Loving it.
You were not so far from me for a while. You were living right off of
Woodrow and
Woodrow
right?
and Bloomingdale.
It's nice around there too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm there now 16 years. You know, I'm actually born and raised in South Beach, but I would give the beach a shot every once in a while.
go. There you go.
Oh, shout out. Dick,
I'm from Hackensack, New Jersey.
okay. Still?
That's it.
Still?
No,
No. You're not still there?
no. Patterson.
Are you hiding this? I'm in a witness
Yeah,
program?
yeah. You heard how I spoke on the mic.
All right.
That's it.
All right, he don't want to tell you where he lives. That's okay.
No problem.
You got the women be knocking on his
Did he
door.
say Patterson?
Oh, blowing up his spot.
Well, did I blow it?
Blowing up his spot. He said Patterson, right?
Yeah,
Is that where Lou Costello was from?
That's-
yeah.
They're right by the statue. He's got Lou
Yeah.
Costello's got a statue there.
Yeah.
Okay. And Kyle?
I was born and raised in Richfield Park, New Jersey, and I currently live in Hackensack, New Jersey.
Okay. All right.
His hometown.
Hometown.
That's
All right.
it.
There you go.
And
That's it.
he's recently married.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you know, it's funny. I heard somebody say something about Maeda's. Somebody's doing a show at Maeda's, in Englishtown. I heard,
Might be Linda.
right? Maeda's in Englishtown. I used to live. So before I moved back to Hackensack, I used to live in Monroe, and I used to order from Maeda's all the time.
Oh.
All the time. They had great food. Oh, I used to live on Englishtown, Spotswood. In those townhouses right there? Yeah. Yeah, I used to live right there. Oh, wow. Yeah, for about 2 years.
Okay.
And then I said, no, this is too far. So,
All right.
so I had to come back.
I hope
He's
your
hiding out, too.
I hope your spouses are not watching this. You know.
Yeah, right?
Just happen to live next door to each other.
Just happened.
Oh God. You know, you actually were on this show when the name Kid Kyle really meant a kid.
This is true.
This is true. We know each other since you're what, 13 maybe? Was it 13
Since
or
I'm
before that?
8.
8 years
Since
old.
I'm 8 years old, Vito.
My God, you looked big.
Back
for
to the
your
Let
age.
East days, man.
And he was great then.
Back to the Let East days, man.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure. The first Letty shows.
Yes, that's right.
I'm doing another one
right.
this September. We were there last
Yeah.
year. We're back again this year.
I'm talking about the ones
Whoa,
way
whoa,
back, man.
when the old cars were new.
Yep. Yeah, right?
They had 50s cars there, and they were brand new.
That's it. That's it, man.
God, oh my, 8 years old.
It's been a long time.
He used to sound, not that he sounded like a Frankie Lyman, but he was similar to that type of a genre. So the work that was coming out at that particular time, it was perfect for him. And he nailed it. I mean, I sat there with my mouth open, watching him, again, 8, 9, 10 years old. I mean, I did it when I was 14 years old. I recorded my first record. You do it at 8 years old, it's unbelievable, unbelievable. And he nailed it. I'm telling you exactly like it.
Wait, you know what, Vito? It was a blessing too, because one, I think I got lucky at the time period, because like you said, it was the perfect time.
Oh.
I think the audience may have been ready for something like that, and I think there was a younger guy around before me too.
Yeah, I had Eamon.
Eamon, that's who. Yeah.
Eamon, I was managing Eamon in the Elations.
There you go. So Eamon, yeah. So he was first, and then we came a couple years later. But it was great, man, because you know what, we learned. I learned from like yourself, the originals. You can't buy that education. You know what I mean? So 8, 9 years old, sure, that's fine. But I learned if something was wrong, you guys would tell me, try this, do that, do that. It was a learning, man.
Everybody wanted to see you succeed for more than one reason. The fact that, we're already on an age, and we wanted the music to continue, and you need that youth in there to be able to carry the torch, to the next level. But like I said, you just completely, you went above and beyond what anybody expected. I was shocked.
Thank you.
And not to be racist in any way or form, this was black music for the longest time. We crashed it when I was 14 years old. I was probably one of the first white acts. And I'm not talking about the Elegants. I had a group called the Crescents first. 1956, 55, 56, I made my first record. And we did the Audubon Ballroom and the Apollo and places like that. And yet, we didn't realize that there was no color barrier. We weren't thinking black or white or green or yellow, But we had the white sound. I mean, there was no doubt about it. The distinction was there. People say, "Well, I thought it was a black group when I first heard the record." Come on, I didn't see no black group standing on the corner doing "Twinkle, Twinkle," that wasn't happening, But the bottom line was, Frankie Lyman's sound was there, and you nailed it. The Students, you did the Students record, which was unbelievable. So, I don't even know how you were able to keep your voice at that level. You still have an 8-year-old voice.
It still does.
I got lucky with my training and stuff like that. And
Eamon, you talk about Eamon. Eamon had lost his voice in puberty after a while, and I sent him. He was seeing my coach in Manhattan up on the Upper East Side, and then obviously his whole voice changed so much. He recorded a record.
Yeah,
and
I know.
The record was a pretty big record.
It was huge when I was in high school.
It was humongous.
When I was in high school,
But
it was
the
big.
record and the words and the title.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was F you blah 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 blah.
I remember. I know the song by heart still.
Well, don't on our show.
Not on this one. No.
I don't want to lose the show.
But it was big in high school, man.
Yeah.
Big in
But
high
he,
school.
but he was from Staten Island, and he did the Jay Leno show. He did David Letterman.
Yeah.
And they changed the lyrics a little bit. And then he was supposed to open up for. He was going to be the opening act for Britney Spears when she went on tour. And then she had a nervous breakdown or something in Europe, and they never did it. I saw him not too long ago. I was doing Lorenzo's at the Hilton, and he had gotten married, and he was having the wedding reception upstairs. And,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so great guy, so like you. He appreciated the music. He grew up with the music, and never really forgot it. So I get the biggest kick out of watching the progression with younger people. I've had the opportunity. I've told this story 1,000 times. Jimmy from my original group, Jimmy Michello, he worked with a fellow presser in a dress factory, and the guy's son wanted to learn how to play guitar. So Jimmy played a couple of notes on a guitar, and he said, maybe you can teach him a couple of chords. Yeah. So he got together with the kid, brought him to our rehearsal. The kid fell in love with 50s music. He loved it, and we wound up taking him to the Brooklyn Fox Theater when we were performing there. We brought him, stayed backstage. He was in his glory, Chuck Berry and this one, right?
Yeah.
So, and then we took him to our session, and I did our second recording. As a matter of fact, on my fan page, you'll see a picture of him. He's only 12 years old, if he was even that, holding a big Gibson guitar, was bigger than him. But the kid's name was Carmine Granito. and he changed his name to Ron Dante.
Yeah. There you go.
And Ron Dante produced all of Barry Manilow's hits.
Yeah.
He wound up with doing all the voices for the Archies, for Sugar Sugar. He had a hit record with the Cufflinks. Yeah, what was the name of the record? The girl's name?
Tracy.
Tracy. And you know, and then he did Ain't Misbehaving on Broadway. He did Children with a Lesser God on Broadway. Watch him progress like that, to me, was the greatest thrill in the world.
Yeah.
Knowing he got his start in our basement, you know. And, you know, those are the things that make it all worthwhile. I have no problems with younger talent, you know, long as they appreciate where they came from and they don't try to grow up a little too big for their,
Yeah.
you know, for what it's all about. But
that's one
I
thing we
respect
tried to
that.
do, man, for our whole, you know, our whole tenure here, is kind of, it's really an homage to you guys, right? So why would we make it our own type? We want to, when we're doing a show, we want to bring everybody back to when, like, at the Paramount, at the Apollo.
Yeah.
You know, make it feel like that, not, you know.
Absolutely. No, you do a great job.
And that's how we respect, you know, that's the only way I can show the respect for the music, you know.
You surrounded yourself with good people, too. That's a good thing, you know. Dickie and I go back a long, long time.
Long.
You know, when his hair was not gray.
Yeah.
You know, when he had blonde hair.
Yeah, there you go.
When he had long blonde hair, you know. Warren and I have been around a long time. Warren has done this show more times than me, right? You know, and Bill, of course, Bill's been around quite a few times. Know Bill a long time. So the combination really worked out. And I'm glad you guys are together like that. And I'm thrilled to death that you're here. I want to thank you all for coming.
Absolutely.
Too, you know? And I'm sure they appreciated it too. So, right? You know, there's always the heartbeat. I always say the heartbeat is always the instruments behind what we do, and sometimes they get overlooked. But we don't want to overlook the keyboard player that's here now. Where are you, Hal? Hal Carson, there he is.
There he is.
Hal's been on the show a couple of times, and I know Hal a number of years also. But you know, so it's a very small, big family.
Yes.
You know,
for
everybody
sure.
knows everybody, and
Yep.
you know, you got a little animosity, a little jealousy somewhere that never fails. You never get a family. There are people who don't talk to their brothers until they die.
Yeah.
You know, and then when they die, they go to the wake. Why didn't we talk? Well, the guy's going to get up and say, "Well, I don't know. Why didn't you tell me?" You know? You know, but it happens. And you know, so leaving that part of our lives for a few seconds, I understand, and I heard this through the grapevine.
Oh yeah, okay, now I got you.
I heard this through the grapevine
There
that
you
you
go.
own some kind of wine company or something.
Yeah, so you know, growing up, I always loved wine, and we used to make wine when I was younger. And in fact, you know, you've done like the Benedum Center in Pittsburgh and everything,
sure,
right?
sure.
So when Henry DeLuca used to book us there, since I'm 9, 10, 11 years old, we always talked about wine. I loved wine, and he used to make his own wine in the basement of a dance studio, believe it or not.
yeah.
So whenever we did Pittsburgh a lot, maybe once or twice every other month. And he used to bring us to the dance studio, and we used to make wine and stuff. So years later, you know, when I was a little bit older, you know, after it matured and everything, we tasted it and stuff like that. So now I started my import company for wines. I create my own wines and labels, and from all over the world, import them and sell them.
Amazing.
All over America.
What's the name of the wine? There's always various names.
Various names, yeah. Right now I have about 40 different wines.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
40 different.
I only got one wine. You know.
Well, I got some in the car for you. Hey.
Well, I want to go to Miami.
Why am I getting old?
I brought some in the car for you, by the
Oh
way.
my God!
Yeah, so I
Thank
got
you.
some stuff
Thank
for
you.
you.
Appreciate that.
It's been great, man, because you know what? It's almost like the music industry.
Good for you.
I just don't have to sing.
And yeah, right.
That's it.
And you got married
I did, yeah. I got married.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Kind of.
again.
Thank you. Yeah. Did you meet my wife? I think
no.
you didn't actually.
No.
No, you didn't. Yeah, we got married pretty quick. I met her in
Well,
Europe.
don't say pretty quick.
Yeah, it was.
Your mind start wandering. You know?
It's true. I met her in Europe, and we got married 6 months later.
Wow.
And it'll be 2 years now. So
Nice,
pretty
great.
good.
Well, good for you.
thank
Good
you.
for
Thank you. She's from England.
You know, we talk about the people in the group. We talk about the musicians, and there's always another secret ingredient in making things work.
Yeah.
And this secret ingredient's been a friend of mine for 150 years. And I wanted him to come up here and sit up here. He was a little bashful. And he said, no, it's their time. It's their time. But their time is your time. Marty Shine is out there. Where are you, Marty?
There he is.
Oh,
Marty. Marty's he's the brains behind the outfit, and he's been your godfather legitimately.
Yeah.
You know, for the longest time, and I know from the agency standpoint, there was no shortcuts with you. You know, you had to deal with the man.
That's it.
You know, and he
That's
planted
it.
his feet, and that was it.
Still to this day,
You know,
too.
and I respected him for it.
Yeah.
You know, and this is the finished product. Thank God. You
Still
know?
to this day, since
Yeah,
I'm 8 years old, he's been there.
That's it.
And I'm going to be 30 in January.
Good man. Artie, where are you, Martin? I love you, buddy. No, that's quite all right. Thank you. Nah.
He handles the Chantels,
He don't,
too,
you know.
he handles the Chantels also.
Yeah, he had the Chantels for quite a while.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, sure. And well, he's been around. He's been around.
That's it.
You know, we're not 10 years old anymore. You know, so we're not 8 years old either.
No.
So you know, the fact that you guys have been together the way you are now. I know there was other things that you guys have done. I saw that you're other people, and just giving a little rundown, Dick, on some of the things you've done over the years.
I sang with the Teenagers,
I know.
Del Vikings, Jive 5,
Right.
Charts,
Yeah.
Chords,
Right.
and myself.
That's it. That's it. That was good. That was only 5 or 6.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait till I get to the guy on the right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
There goes the rest of the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't remember.
How about you, Warren?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? You sang with a few groups, right?
Oh, everyone I had a ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, so much fun. Different kind of harmonies, you know, different kind of rhythms, and yeah, groups from Pittsburgh, groups from the South.
Right.
They all had their own sound.
Yeah.
Chicago.
Absolutely.
It's true.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, but you brought a lot to the table too. Don't sell yourself short. You know, you did a great job with all of them too, and you've got a good ear for a lot of these things. You know, you know. So
It's the truth. It's the truth.
but that's great. That's great. Billy,
You want to hear from me now?
I got another 20 minutes. Go ahead.
Well, I did sing with your cousin, Jimmy Faluca, for a couple of years.
Right.
And due to circumstances, I had to leave. And Jimmy knows. But, yeah, I was with the Willows for 13 years. Tony Middleton, he just passed away 8 months ago. Great guy. I had my own group. I had Echoes of Time. And years ago,
You did the show.
we did a show with you.
You did it.
It was Memories of You.
That's right. That's
The
right.
group was.
Yeah.
That had to be about 20 years ago.
Oh, maybe longer. Yeah.
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 Yeah, that was a
20
good time.
Yeah.
We had always a good time.
Great. Great.
So,
Memories of you.
Yeah.
That's-
Memories of you.
Memories of You, yeah.
You mentioned Tony Middleton. Tony was the first person that I met that I actually had bought one of the records. That's when I was 14 and just turned, I was 14. We were signed to Club Records together. And he did a song called Don't Push, Don't Pull, Don't Shove. Right? And Tony has been a friend of mine up until he passed away a couple of months back. And
He was awesome.
oh God,
He
he was
did a lot of nightclub,
still singing. Still, he was doing some jazz rooms and some nice rooms.
up until he was 89 years old.
Right until '89, and
And Dapper, man.
the last time I saw him was at Bobby J's party. He had a
Yeah.
surprise party, and he was at the. You were at the table. We were sitting at
Yeah,
the
we were
table
sitting with each other,
together. Yeah, and that's where the last time I saw Tony. But you know, it's and Hal, how about you? You played with quite a few acts. You're back.
I was fortunate enough to do arranging and playing on Kyle's first CD.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's got to put the mic up to his face.
When you talk.
Yeah. And I've been, I'm a lucky guy. I've played with so many millions of
Yeah.
great singers and styles and things. And
Oh,
it's great.
that's what makes it work. You know, you take a little of what you've learned, a little of what you've learned, a little of the things that you've done, and obviously what you've done, and those things add. It's like somebody said to me, "Who's your favorite singer? And who did you try to emulate?" You know, I didn't try to emulate anybody. I had favorites. You know, there was, you know, we always talk about this, that, you know, James Shepard, you know, he was my idol, my all-time idol, the Heartbeats. And I specifically made sure that we went and auditioned for Hull Records, and we signed with Hull Records because of them. And then he literally mentored me to a certain degree, and when I wrote Little Star and then we created the background, I took the Rat-Tat-Tats from 1,000 Miles Away, and I used that in Little Star as a tribute to him, you know. And I loved what Hull had. Hull had the Avons, beautiful soft harmony, the Pastels, soft harmony, and that's where we came from.
And the Desires.
The Desires, and we had that soft, you know, that soft melodic harmony. Plus the fact that at that point we were white and they were all black acts, so they were looking to, you know, to integrate us in that package. So, but I wound up having a great experience by working with those people, and I mean I can go back and I can be a dinosaur if I start telling you where and what. You know, Hal Jackson, he was just a young disc jockey at the time. You know, and he was he was the MC at the Audubon Ballroom. We were the only white kids in the whole place. You know, so I loved being on the ground level of all of this music. If you got to talk about a pioneer, I got everything but a Davy Crockett hat. You know, I believe that I'm a pioneer. I think I contributed something. They gave us credit for bringing in the whole Italian American groups in. You know, it was the Belmonts and us, and we were all Italian, 5 from Staten Island, 4 from the Bronx. And then we kicked the door open for the Passions, the Classics, the Chimes, the Four Seasons, the so on, and blah, blah, blah. You know, where all these Italian groups started to come out of the woodwork. So I'm happy with that. Like I said, it's something that I can live with.
Yeah, some legacy, man.
I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. You know, Dion reminds me all the time. You know, he says, I made a living copying you, he says. You know, Tony Orlando says, I tried 3 weeks to copy your style. I couldn't do it. I had to create my own. That's one good thing you did.
Well.
You had more hits than I had, you know. You know, but you know, breath control was my biggest thing, and then, you know, those are the things that they were natural, like you said. How do you get that voice? How do you get that pitch? You know, you didn't go to school for that. You didn't come out of the 5th grade and said, I think I'll be a singer. You know, it just happened that way, and you still have it. So I'm thrilled to death that you came here tonight. And
I was so upset when we had to miss it last time, man. You know, look, unfortunately that was whatever. But
you know, it wasn't that you know.
We're in crazy times. Right
there was no double bookings involved. There was no lying involved. There was a little legitimate situation. And you know, COVID was nothing to play with at that time either.
No,
you know, even now.
Still not.
You know, that's
still
it.
Not.
You know, and call it whatever you want, but it's still out there.
Yeah, this is the truth.
And you know, my cousin Jimmy mentioned something before about a movie. We're doing. I obviously did a couple of things for Martin Scorsese, and now we're doing an independent film for Chris Carolla out here. Chris is out there, and we're going to be doing something. He's got Jimmy Stratt. Where are you, Jimmy? Jimmy, I know you're in the dark out there. Just wave. They'll know where you are. There you are. But we're going to be doing a little movie. We've cut a couple of scenes already. Hopefully, it'll be released somewhere around. Here he is. He was at the men's room, I think. Yeah. That's all right. That's it. Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah. Vito's going to mention me. Let me go to the men's room. You know. Anyway, but that's a movie. We'll have them up when we have a couple of clips from that. We'll up here and we'll put it up here and show you what it's all about, and we'll go with that. We talking to Al Simone about a little part. He's going to be a my driver. So we'll have a little fun with that too. Anytime you guys are in the neighborhood, you know, or you see if we're going to. I can't wait to put a couple of shows together where we're working, so we can do this. We can do this backstage.
That's right.
I love this part of the business.
Can we go have some dinner?
Yeah. We'll do whatever you want.
Let's do it.
And I think we'll have some wine at that dinner.
That's no problem.
You know?
Yeah, his wine.
That I got.
Hackensack grapes.
There you go.
Yeah. My old neighborhood, every house. All right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, how about it one more time? That's it. Kid Kyle and Harmonizing.
Thanks, Vito.
They were going like this. I thought they wanted me to stretch it.
And the finger thing.